Usually, what is this tail used for? In our case, we mainly use it to clear broken debris, or break down walls to enter. Why a big whale tail, then? Whatever.
Please be advised, the following presentation is not intended for minors.
Hello, who are you? An Eve stood before me, though there was no sound of the door opening. Despite her polite attitude and likable first impression, I couldn't quite feel at ease. All TNDLS models are government-affiliated Eves, usually distinguishable by the department mark. But I couldn't see any mark on the Eve before me, nor was there any other way to confirm her affiliation. Of course, nothing official in Chroma City was particularly trustworthy. But I reacted unusually sensitively. You mean whatever. Prey says I look at that mark with eyes of a sinner, which probably isn't polite behavior towards a customer. Before we start, excuse me, but may I ask what specific purpose you are specialized for? If it's military, private maintenance is illegal. You wouldn't know since I'm not wearing protective gear on my day off. I'm an Orca O. I'm Orca O O'Hara from the Urban Recovery Agency of Chroma City. Being the same O'Hara from the TV show we're just talking about? You can just call me Orca for short. Although designed for rescue and disaster recovery operations, I'm a model equipped with multi-purpose functions like other Eves to reduce citizens' aversion. Rescue. You have quite an ordinary appearance for someone deployed to rough sites. In fact, it wasn't an ordinary appearance. Rescue specialized TNDLS models possess an appearance generally considered beautiful to reduce aversion. It's because we mostly rely on external equipment. The design direction of the model also has the model universal fit. Unlike how it looks, there are many places to attach external equipment. This is for attaching the powered exoskeleton during entry. This is for the instantaneous thrust engine and the tail part. It was quite embarrassing to watch her lift parts of her body here and there to introduce her model. But Orca seemed unaware of it, and chatted excitedly for several minutes. How is it? I understand very well that it's not military. Besides that... Nothing. I was just trying to apologize for being rude earlier out of surprise. Of course that wasn't it. Really? I didn't feel it was that rude. That's because kind people are rare towards government-affiliated Eves. If you thought I was similar to others, then that's normal. That makes sense. What kind of maintenance are you here for? I was recently assigned here, so I need to submit an inspection confirmation by tomorrow. There aren't any major problems, so it shouldn't take long. Looks that way, but you never know until you check. I'll boot up the maintenance console, so please wait a moment. Just silence? Perhaps because everyone is preparing for Polar Night Day. The streets are intensely lively, aren't they? Polar Night Day, Christmas? One of Chroma City's prides, and the pride of prides. A holiday unique to this city and a festival ground. I'd even forgot that it wasn't far off. It's a holiday unique to this city. Did you come for sightseeing before? You don't have to say if it's hard to talk about. No. A few years ago I visited Chroma City due to a support request. It just happened to be Polar Night Day. There was a support request even to nearby cities. Yes, back then I was working in Luminant City, located south of Chroma City. It was complete chaos. The violence and confusion amidst the cheers of the festival was shocking even to me. A hologram panorama covering the sky, and below it, explosions mixed with smoke. Must have been terrible. Yes, screams mixed with beautiful night views and hopeful music are quite shocking. The show went on as if indifferent to the tragedy, and most of the crowd was too intoxicated by the festival to even know what was happening. The organizers who knew about the accident went along with it too. It was probably because of the budget. The hologram panorama called Chromatic Zenith is one of Chroma City's prides. They say it's for the citizens' sense of belonging. But they pour an astronomical budget into it because it's an event that generates huge tourism revenue. Too much money had already been poured into it to cancel just because an accident occurred. So it's about money. Excluding talk of budget and compensation, all that's left in Chroma's patience. Not that I like it, but it's the unavoidable reality. That's sad. I'm sorry, I unintentionally said something depressing. It's just reality. Nothing is as boring as realistic talk. Living day by day, whether you like it or not, is reality. Even an interesting show gets boring if you watch it hundreds of times. So it's hard for the story of a day, repeated thousands of times, to be interesting. It's natural to be drawn to stories of vacation escapades or figures brought on impulse, rather than talk of neon shine subscription fees or utility bills. I can't accept it rationally, yet I can't help but empathize experientially. Most hobbies are, after all, escapes from ordinary daily life. That's why people go crazy for Polar Night Day. And tourists visiting from the other side of the globe to see the chromatic zenith. Because the coming tomorrow isn't enjoyable, because they're tired of reality. They close their eyes and ears and force themselves to shout that they are happy now. Wanting to run away from pain is one of human instincts. Oops, I sounded creaky like my dial equipment again. 0 points for a sales pitch, right? Sometimes creaking sounds make you feel alive, whether machine or human. But by any chance, are you doing maintenance with a first-generation dial? Don't worry too much. I've safely repaired DLS models several times with this rugged friend. Why does the word safely sound so scary? Oh, the dial is ready. Shall we begin? Alright, here we go. Oh, right, she did say she has a tail. Right, okay, orca tail, that's why she's orca. Yeah, okay. Okie dokie. Wow, that helped. Wasn't expecting it to be that well off. Put that there. Alright, there's one. And we move that there, we're good to go. I've completed the unit replacement for that part. How is it? Please feel free to tell me if there's any discomfort or awkwardness. No, it's much more comfortable than I thought. My worries before the maintenance were pointless. It actually feels smoother than the 5th generation dial. That's a relief. But should I say it tingles? It keeps throbbing. I don't like that. This area is densely packed with neural elements. It's very sensitive. Oh dear, I'm clumsy because it's been a while since I maintained a TN-DLS. I'll try to be as gentle as possible. I really do not like the implications. Oh. Am I getting this wrong? I need 3 of those like that, but if it... Okay. If it does that, it just merges and creates that. I'm very confused. I'm just gonna keep it like that. Because, you know, this is what I need, but this is essentially the same thing, but higher tier. So hopefully that works. Alright, that seemed to work. Okay, good. Each TN-DLS model had one unique organ, right? That's right, because each model specializes in a different purpose. I've often seen animal ears or reverse joint types. This is my first time seeing a tail. The Eves of the Scarlet Response unit under the Urban Recovery Agency, to which I belong, are all TN-DLS models. We have tails like me. It's fascinating. Usually, what is this tail used for? In our case, we mainly use it to clear broken debris, or break down walls to enter. Why a big whale tail, then? Whatever. For something used for such rough purposes, didn't you say it was a sensitive part earlier? The external armor is high-strength special alloy, so it's fine in the field. But when opened internally for maintenance, it's almost defenseless. Sorry, I'll be more careful to work delicately. And there we go, easy. Completed Orca's first request. As you said, it was a regular checkup. There were no major problems, so it's finished quickly. Oh? That unknown heavy feeling that was dragging me down has disappeared. No, it's more than that. It's refreshing. Manager, you have quite an interested look on your face right now. Orca's reaction was so vivid that I focused without realizing it. I'm glad you're satisfied. I should be thanking you. It feels similar to that unique sensation when speeding through the city center on a bike. Roaming Chroma City while feeling the wind directly. You have a bolder hobby than I thought. Yes. In Luminant City, my hobby was riding a bike to get some air on my off days. I don't have a car in the first place, and I like bikes. And I prefer the openness of a bike to the enclosed space of a car. That peculiar stimulation where the gaze of others mixes into the liberating feeling of being open on all sides. It feels really good. Every hobby has its own tastes. I apologize for the roughness during the maintenance. No. It's just because I'm partially sensitive compared to the same model. Because you kept talking to me in between. I felt reassured at the end and it didn't hurt at all. My body feels completely lighter too. I can endure this much for this level of effort. Orca started stretching her body here and there as if to show off. A careless Eve in a narrow space. As long as she doesn't bump into anything, it's not a bad view. Actually, I didn't do much. I just replaced a few neural units to shoot the environment lacking photonic data. You mean because there's a lack of light? Exactly. Both humans and Eves cannot live without sunlight. That's why subscribing to Neon Shine is practically essential in Chroma City. So that's why my colleagues asked if I subscribe to Neon Shine. Because unless it's Chroma, you won't have problems due to lack of sunlight. They made survival a paid service. Chroma claims it's the same logic as food being paid. Someday we might even get billed for breathing. Still, Eves are a bit better off. Humans can fall into depression if Neon Shine is cut off for just 2 days. They called it LDS, right? Isn't that the same... This is starting to confuse me, because a lot of the terms that this game is, like, throwing out every now and then seem to be mixed into other things. Isn't she a, like, LDS model? Or some shit? I don't know. Simply put, it's a disease caused by not receiving light. The body's signaling systems get tangled, and for Eves, noise accumulates in the photonic neural network. The depression and power drop you feel recently are probably due to this. My external equipment felt heavier than usual after coming to this city. It wasn't just my imagination. Body and mind are inseparable. Psychology inevitably changes according to the state of the body. It's funny for me, an Eve, to say this, but very mechanical. I think so too. But humans are similar, just the difference between metal and flesh. Most psychiatric drugs treat psychological problems by regulating hormones. And the medical measure, called defibrillation, is basically the same principle as rebooting a machine called a human. Moving by electrical signals and psychological and emotional judgments changing according to the hardware environment are also the same. Personally, I don't see any reason to distinguish between humans and Eves. If their philosophy created this repair shop, it's quite cool. Personal conversation is a core service of dialogue. Anyway, you said today was your day off, right? That's right. I've been hectic with moving and dispatch calls for a few days, but finally it's a break. Actually, if there are no dispatches, I mostly get some downtime. Moving alone sounds terrible. I agree with that, but it's over. Do you have any recommended places for a change of mood? I recommend the cafe on the first floor of the building opposite. I saw it on my way here. The name started with Re. You mean Retrojan? What was it? Retrojan. The pronunciation's a bit odd. Is it Jan as in Yan? Retroyan? Oh, like Trojan. Okay, no. Retrojan. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. You said that Trojan from the Trojan horse. Okay. Retrojan. It's as unusual a name as this place. Right. I heard it from the owner that it's a combination of retro and Trojan virus. It reflects the ambition to infiltrate retro trends like a Trojan virus into this flashy high-tech city. Wow, hearing that it sounds quite plausible. It's a retro concept cafe that's hard to find these days. And drinking the owner's hard drip coffee is the joy of my life. A retro concept in this city. Intriguing. And one more thing, avoid places with too many people. In this season, scenes of people densely gathered often lead to the sight of them being taken away by the stability officers. Thanks for the advice, Chris. When the night gets too long, people tend to get sensitive. Even if they are stability officers. Thinking of the city's stability officers as police in other cities. That's a mistake. Still, there's no harm in being careful. I should quietly enjoy this festive year and atmosphere by myself. Have a good time, Walker. Thank you. See you next time. It's already evening. I should call it a day. Yeah. I'm calling it there. I thought I would be able to get into this, but honestly, not that much. It's like I knew there was going to be a lot of dialogue, very funny, in this game, but like a lot of it is just kind of fluff. Like, yeah, they are world building, but like they dance around it a lot. Like there's just way too much extra dialogue that could be like cut off, and it's just kind of annoying. And like also like you're obviously like repairing on like robot girls. I was expecting there to be like some fan service, like the occasional bit, but it just seems to be constant. Like if it was a little, I would be fine with that, but like it's just kind of grossing me out, to be honest. Like, I see why people like this game. I really do. I get it, but it's very much not for me, unfortunately.